It's Friday, April 8th, and you're listening to the Geek News Central podcast, sponsored by GoDaddy.com. Geek News Central is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. Having a great show lined up for you tonight, and it's kind of weird weather here in Honolulu. It's actually cold. Could it be? No, actually, it's our version of cold, and I know you're feeling way sorry for me, but got a great show for you nonetheless. Strap in. Here it comes.
All right, people, I need a go, no-go for the Geek News Central podcast. Digital archive recorders.
We're go fly.
Microphone.
We're go fly.
Video feed.
Go.
Web browser.
Go.
RSS data stream aggregator.
Go fly.
Interflux Toddism suppressor.
All right, I'm confused.
Host readiness check.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
The Geek News Central podcast is a proud member of the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go. Cue Todd in
5,
Button, who's got the button?
4,
There is no cause for alarm.
3,
Everybody hold on to something.
2,
Just press the button.
1.
Aloha and welcome to the Geek News Central podcast, coming to you as live as it can be from the beautiful state of Hawaii via the Geek News Central studio overlooking Greater Oahu. Everyone, welcome to the show. My name is Todd Cochran, and of course, I want to encourage you to get over to the home site of Geek News Central at geeknewscentral.com. Check out all of our great content over there. Of course, you can find all of our great podcasts available via the website. You can find the archives to this show on the podcast link, or you can find the Gadget Professor via the second column of the website. We've got lots of great content at the website, and basically, we're overflowing in it, and that's a good thing. But I got some opportunities for you to win some prizes tonight, so I hope that you'll hang out here with me for a little while and listen to some tech. And lots going on, folks, really is. And of course, I want to give a warm welcome to the Ohana. All of you that are longtime subscribers to the show, thanks for being here and being part of the family. For those of you that are new to the show, thanks for being here as well. And get subscribed. You know, you can get subscribed real easily by going over to the website. There's a link there to subscribe to the show via iTunes, via Zune Marketplace, or you can even just grab the RSS feed and put it in your favorite podcatcher application that you may be using on your mobile device, iPad, or so forth. Of course, you'll find all the shows here at Geek News Central, the subscribe bar on the website, second column of the website, and great way to basically stay abreast of what's going on is also to get subscribed to our newsletter. The newsletter contains everything that I'm going to really cover during the show, and the best part about that is that when you get the email, it reminds you that there's a new show that has been put online. It's available for your viewing pleasure. Of course, if you have comments on tonight's show, you can send them to geeknews@gmail.com, geeknews@gmail.com, or you can call our 24-hour voicemail hotline at 619-342-7365. Seems to be recently we've been getting a lot of calls from those war dialers, those guys that are calling you and thinking that I want to make $1 million with them by trying their proven solution. Probably their proven solution to make money is to war dial and leave messages on people's answering machines. But anyway, you can leave a comment on the show again at 619-342-7365. Of course, if you're watching us on the Roku, I want to welcome you, of course, on the Boxy as well. And we're very quickly going to be launching on 2 more devices. We actually got the information back today from the folks at Looky TV, and we'll be coming up live on Looky TV as soon as those boxes, really, we're in the Looky TV at this point, but we have to wait for the boxes to actually be released for resale, and we're pretty excited about that. They're going to be in Hong Kong introducing some of their devices over there. So we're hoping for a big, huge international community that's going to be able to watch and listen to this show and other shows, part of our community on those devices. And then we have one more IPTV set that we're coming on to. We're in the final stages of being approved and going through a massive amount of, I guess for a better word, red tape to get there. But we're looking forward to coming online on another device here very soon, which will give you more viewing opportunities. Basically, you can watch this show on any piece of glass really out there at this point, And if you have a content device that you can't consume the show, we want to hear about it because I think we've got all bases covered. Of course, we're streaming live on Justin.tv and on Ustream tonight. For those of you that are checking us out there, thanks for coming out and hanging out at this late hour. And it is absolutely a late hour here, at least in Honolulu, and it's probably for the rest of the country as well because we're, if it's 8 p.m. here, it's 11 o'clock in the Pacific or 2 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. I know we've got a few people in the audience tonight that are actually staying up late and watching the show. And we appreciate that very much. Hey, we've got some stuff going on here. It's one of those situations where in and around the difference between quarter one and quarter two, I absolutely get slammed. I mean, to the point of not being able to keep up. And this quarter is no different. We're already 8 days. What is it? 8 days, 7 days into the new quarter, and we're launching some advertising campaigns on Monday. We're getting ready to go to NAB and introduce our new media on demand service. I'm in the middle of a college class. It has some big projects due this coming Monday. You name it. It's just, it's nuts. So every breathing, basically awake hour, I've been working. And I told my my lovely wife yesterday, I said, I need a vacation. So we're seriously thinking about putting some time on the block here in the next couple of months to actually take some time out. I'll let you know about that. But I'm really I'm in need of a little downtime and away from the computers, and I'm hoping I'll be able to pull that off here in the next 4 to 6 weeks. Time will tell. We'll see. Hey, of course, I want to thank our sponsors here, and really the sponsors are really responsible for keeping the lights on. And if you're looking for great products, you definitely want to consider GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy's got great domain name prices. They've got virtual dedicated servers, shared hosting accounts, dedicated servers, lots of business applications, SSL and security products. They've got email systems, you name it. An amazing lineup of products and services at GoDaddy.com. GoDaddy's been a sponsor here, believe it or not, now think about this for a second. They've been a sponsor here since 2005, and they've really taken care of the show, and they've taken care of a lot of you, and I hope that you'll consider GoDaddy as your domain register when you're looking for a product or service. And we got still that CES25 code going, so if you're not a customer over there yet, CES25 will save you 25% on your first order over there. Of course, we definitely want you to think about the promo codes when you get to the checkout counter. The promo codes are where it's at. All you got to do is click on the GoDaddy promo code link on the website. And, of course, all the codes are not expiring. We've got lots of codes there. I think there's 4, 8, 9, 10. ComSale for .coms works for renewals, and ComSale 2 to buy new .coms. We've got Geek. We'll get you $5 off any order of $30 or more. Todd 20 will save you 20% on a 1-year shared hosting account. Aloha will save you $20 on any order $75 or more. So when you get over to GoDaddy.com and you're thinking about picking up a product, don't forget the promo codes. And here's the important thing. If you try to combine another promotion, so in other words, you go to their site and they have some outrageous deal going on, and you click on that, you supersede my code. My code will not work. So if you do go in, we would appreciate it if you ignore their specials that are on, unless it's something really outrageous that you can't really bypass, and try one of our codes and give it a whirl. If you find one that doesn't work, please email me and let me know. We had one the other day. Someone said they couldn't do a .com renewal with ComSale. So I was trying to find out what was going on with that. So basically what it is was you can get $7.99 .com renewals using ComSale. And I was a little bit worried because that's been a mainstay for us. And believe it or not, I don't make any money on that code. When you do a renewal with it, I make zilch on that. It's new products and services that you pick up and use the promo codes on. That's when the, I guess for a better word, we get taken care of here. All right. Again, as I said, the Insane O-Meter has been completely pegged. I've been crushed. But Don called me tonight, Don Bain, the Gadget Professor, and we walked him through and getting his latest show posted up at GNC. And we want you to definitely check out the Gadget Professor. And let me actually bring this up for you so you can see this. when we put Don's picture on here, it I said, Don, you got a blueberry logo on top of your head, and we both laughed. And I said, go find a better picture, and we'll get that we'll get that changed out. But this is an 18-minute Gadget Professor, and he talks about AMOD, the geotagger. So definitely consider checking out the Gadget Professor. It's up at GNC right now. Of course, it's available. I actually heard the iTunes listing is approved, so we'll get the iTunes link in there after the show tonight. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I have a little contest, all right? What I need you to do is I need you to go and watch the Gadget Professor, okay? Then what you need to do is you need to sign up for the newsletter. We've got a link on the website. And everyone that signs up for the newsletter at the Gadget Professor will be put in to win this Dymo plug-and-play label maker for PC or Mac. Now, this is pretty cool. This is brand new product. It's a tiny little label printer. I've got to break the seal on it. I have to do a review on it, so I'm going to be using it for about 3 days. I'm going to not jack up any of the software or anything, but you're going to get the complete Dymo plug-and-play label maker for PC or Mac. All you got to do is go over and watch the Gadget Professor, sign up for the newsletter, send some feedback to Don on what you think about the show. But really, to qualify, sign up for the newsletter. And really, it's on the same page as my newsletter link as well. But we're just going to watch. So we've launched a newsletter tonight, so we'll know how many people actually sign up. And you guys will be able to see it too, because that's a public mailing list. And we're going to basically give this away to one of the folks in the mailing list on the next show. So definitely go out and check out the Gadget Professor, watch his show, and we want you to give Don some feedback. He's, of course, a new content creator here at Geek News Central. Okay, next week is NAB. And NAB is, boy, oh boy. We've got some cool stuff to show off if you're going to be there. One thing that we're going to be announcing, and I haven't talked about this name on the show before, but it's called Q2. That's the site we're going to be launching a few weeks after NAB. We're going to be actually demoing this. There's actually a website behind this page. You're not going to be able to get there because we have it locked down. But we're going to be demonstrating it to the media. I'll be doing a video on the back end as well. So there's going to be, we're not going to completely hide it from you. But there's a lot going on there. So we definitely want you to check out Q2, Cuetoo.com. And Q2 is going to be your media marketplace, place for premium content. So we're actually already working with premium content creators to get their content up on the Q2 site. And we're excited about bringing this available to you. Basically, video on demand, audio on demand, pay-per-view type actions where you can do subscriptions or one-time payments. We're pretty excited about Q2. And we think this is going to be a big hit. Of course, we're going to be launching the Q2 channel on the Roku as well. It's a private app right now. You can't get access to it yet. But when we launch the site and launch the Roku app on the same day, we'll definitely be talking about it a lot more here at the show. All right, we'll be doing a Saturday morning tech show. I got to squeeze one in before I get on airplane Sunday night. So I'm going to be doing a Saturday morning tech show. Haven't even lined up the guest yet. That's crazy. So I'm going to get that done today. And we'll get a couple folks in. But again, travel on Sunday, heading out to Austin, flying into Austin, and then I'll be in Central Texas for the week. I'm going to be looking for 3 more shows to bring to GNC, and we still kind of got a couple hanging out there, but looking to bring 3 more shows on board. So if you want to be a content creator here at GNC, we want you to get you involved. So come on and send me an email and say, this is the kind of show I want to do. And send me a demo video, something that is going to, whet my appetite. And we'll see about getting you here on the network. All right, let's go ahead and jump into, I got a stack of stuff to get into tonight and to get through on basically the news front. And let me look at this list and make sure that I've got it. Hey, make sure, of course, geeknewscentral.com/offers. If you want to become an insider, go to geeknewscentral.com/insider. If you want to get some Ohana wear, some stuff that you can wear that's from the show, go to cafepress.com/Ohana store. All these links you'll find on the second column of the website at geeknewscentral.com. Okay, let me go ahead and bounce into Chrome here. Let's bring this up, see what we've got for the first first article tonight. Now, of course, Firefox 4, man, it just popped, right? Did you know that the plan is to introduce Firefox 5 like in June or even like May 17th? They're going to go from Firefox 4 to Firefox 5, and then they're going to go right into beta on Firefox 6. They're very, very aggressive in their plan. And this is the article is over on downloadsquad.com. So essentially, they plan on releasing Firefox 5 on May 17th. And I'm looking at the calendar. I'm like, dude, that's that's like 6 weeks away, or not even that much, 5 weeks away. And then they're going to go into right into beta testing. They're beta testing Firefox 6 right now. Our first Firefox 6 build is due next week. So they said that they're going to go into this very rapid deployment cycle where they're going to do incremental updates to Firefox. They're not going to be doing a whole rebuild of the system. But what are we going to be on Firefox 20 by December? So this is crazy, and we'll see where they go and what kind of if they keep this schedule. But that's what they're saying. It's going to be fast and furious here. All right, article over on Engadget, and this was all over the news today, everywhere. The FCC today is mandating, essentially, that AT&T and Verizon make deals with other providers. And this is good news for small cellular carriers and bad news for really the big ones, where the FCC has decided to mandate data roaming by a 3-2 vote. And what this really means is that both AT&T and Verizon will be required to let you check your email and perform voice IP calls over the federally licensed airways, even if you're actually paying a regional carrier for your cellular coverage instead. And, they've been required to do this since 2007 with voice and messaging. But, this is not a happy time for AT&T or for Verizon, probably Sprint for that matter. But the FCC says, hey, you're not the only game in town, and you're going to have to let some of the smaller boys play too. So we'll see what this means, and we'll have to watch how this shakes out in a marketplace that has little competition. But if you have a smaller carrier that hasn't had any of these great data services, well, now you may be able to have a data plan with your small regional carrier. Now, one thing that's good for those carriers, and I'm sure many of you are very familiar with how they work. We have a couple of them here in Honolulu, is that if you don't travel, if you don't go outside of your region very often, these regional deals are the best, and they're the cheapest. But it doesn't do well for those of you that travel a lot. If you go outside of those regions, then many times you have a lot of trouble. So definitely check it out. I'll have this link up in the show notes. Of course, again, that article is over on Engadget. Now, I've got electronics background. I love gadgets. I love all kinds of cool stuff that's anything to do with test gear. So today, when I saw this, I went crazy. It's called the Oscium IMSO 104. It turns the iPad, iPhone into a mixed signal oscilloscope. And I was like, whoa, very, very cool. So now this is using basically a little adapter. It plugs into the bottom of the iPhone or the iPad. And this is only up to 5 megahertz, which is not very high. But if you really think about it, if you go on sites like Agilent.com or you go to a variety of different other providers that do commercial test equipment, many oscopes and spectrum analyzers and that type of electronics gear, the price break really kind of hits at about from 3 megahertz on down. The stuff is pretty inexpensive, but as soon as you get above 3 megahertz and go all the way up into like the 40 gigahertz range, very, very expensive. The stuff, the price goes astronomical. There's like signal generators, which would be like an RF signal generator where you actually can transmit a frequency. I remember back in the day having an HP 40 gigahertz signal generator that was $500,000. And that's still pretty much a price range today. So not a cheap item. So when you see this is a $300 essentially O-scope. And I don't know what else it'll do. I don't know if it'll do any spectrum stuff or not. But that allows you to do like 5 traces, which is pretty exciting. You can do timing. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do here. So for the do-it-yourselfer, for the guy that's a gadget guy, the guy that does a little tinkering with electronics, I don't know if it has any TTL circuits, time-to-life circuits, or not, but this thing rocks. It really, really does. So anyway, the Oscium IMSO 104 turns the iPad, iPhone into a mixed signal oscilloscope. Very cool stuff. And you just, they're just using the screen. And all the guts that it's doing, the hard work is in the actual little adapter. But still, just to have that little adapter in the drawer, and then when I need to have a little bit of an O-scope at times, it's fantastic. It really is. I can't tell you how psyched I am. As I sent this email to a bunch of my buddies today, I said, look at this. And to a T, every one of them, and most of them have electronics backgrounds, were like, oh my God, I got to order this. And again, if you don't do any like breaking open of boxes and working any, don't worry, this is not something for you. But for the gadget guys out there, you guys will know how big of a deal this really is. All right, let's go back into a little bit more on the tech side. The folks at BitTorrent are trying to get over, really trying to change the reputation of BitTorrent with the content industry. And speaking at the MIP TV Connected Creativity Forum, BitTorrent CEO Eric Klinker said that their big challenge is that our technology gets used for things that don't make us many friends in certain parts of the world, and ISPs and media ISP and media to be specific. He says, but the technology company's been working with external agencies like JumpWire, which mines BitTorrent for data that can be used for content metrics and analytics. So they're really working hard, and I know they want to do a video streaming thing later this year. So they're trying to improve the rep, and so they're doing a lot of different things. Over the past 18 months, the company's been working with content producers on ways to leverage BitTorrent audience for content discoverability, distribution, and monetization. And last year, BitTorrent exclusively show debuted Pioneer 1. The program ran for 3 episodes and was making revenue through sponsorship slots and donations from fans. So the show had over 2 million downloads, raised about $55,000 in audience donations and $30,000 in sponsorship from Verizon. So pretty cool stuff, and we'll see what BitTorrent comes up with over time and as they get ready to introduce their streaming service here later this year. I got an email from my friends at Ford Motor Company, and they basically say, hey, Todd, the folks at Microsoft and Toyota made a big announcement about their using the cloud to connect cars, homes, and users. And it was like this big news from Microsoft and Toyota. And we saw Toyota's first prototype dashboard connected device at CES. They weren't even at CES proper. They were. They were at CES Unveiled, and they wouldn't even let me touch it. If you guys remember seeing the video, they wouldn't even let me touch the device. So just so you guys don't forget here, Ford has been in the cloud a long time. This is, they've already been doing stuff in the cloud for a while. So Toyota's trying to catch up, and they're partnered up with Microsoft here. And we'll see where this goes with Toyota, but they have a lot of catching up to do. I'm sure that they will do well. But here's the problem that I'm finding is that some of the major car manufacturers overseas, I'll say that way, are all about complete control. They are going to bring you limited functionalities that they think you need. Whereas Ford has an API program where you can submit an app. Now, it still goes through a serious review process because they're dealing with car safety issues. At least you got the chance to get your stuff seen by the Ford Sync team. And whereas Toyota has at this point, no way that a small developer can get into their ecosystem. We'll see where this happens, but we'll see where Toyota takes this. But it was kind of funny that Ford was very quick to remind us that Ford Sync was the first to be in the cloud and has been doing this for a while with Ford, with Ford's outfitted with Ford Sync. So, but I know some of you are probably Toyota fans. I can't wait for this type of functionality. We'll see how this works out, and we'll see what kind of a partnership Microsoft brings, what that partnership brings to the table. Did you hear about this Florida guy today who decided that decided he'd had enough with life, and he sadly was going to commit suicide. And the guy shot actually what happened was they sent the bot in, a robot in, because this guy was holed up in his house. And there's some video on the net now where the robot was getting shot with an AK-47. The guy